Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Today, I'm going to be bringing to you a little bit of a PvT here on Akilon Wastes. I'm actually going to be bringing to you a set of 3 games between these two players. This is a set of replays that I found on drop.sc. I'm not sure whether it's a tournament series or not. It could have been part of a best of 5, but I went on drop.sc and I recognized both of these players, so I thought, what the heck, why not, let's do it. And this is not a ladder version of the map also. That's another reason that leads me to believe that it is a tournament match, because it was a modified version of this map. So anyway, let's introduce this player. Spawning in the bottom right position as the teal Protoss, we have ShoWTimE. His opponent today, spawning in the top left position as the red Terran, we have Fuzer. Now, for any of you who don't know, these are both 2 professional StarCraft players. ShoWTimE, of course, playing for ESC, as you can see up here, and Fuzer, of course, playing for Menace. These are both professional players from the EU, part of the world. ShoWTimE is a German Protoss player, whereas Fuzer is from Finland. Now, it looks like Fuzer's going to be opening up this series here with a proxy barracks. In the main, there is nothing going down at all, and notice that there is no more SCV production, so this is going to be all in here from Fuzer. But it looks like ShoWTimE is actually going to be coming out here in time to spot this. He does see this going down, but an extra SCV has come out here just to be sure that this probe can actually continue to or that this SCV can continue to mine. I don't know, he could actually try to throw down a second Rax here. He does now have the resources to be able to do it, and no, it looks like he's actually just going to go back into worker production here, as well as start a gas. I'm not sure whether that was part of his original plan, or whether he was just going to originally try to go for the 2 Rax. But in the base of ShoWTimE, ShoWTimE is just going for a very, very normal build. I like the placement of this gateway, having spotted this barracks. He's placing his gateway as far back as possible so that it's not as exposed. He can defend everything. He can pull probes off the line if he needs to be able to defend this gateway a little bit easier. Requires a bigger commitment from his opponent. So now Fuzer does still have 2 SCVs here. He could potentially start to build a bunker up on the high ground if he does choose to do so. We do have 1 Marine that is now out on the way here. And it looks like ShoWTimE just going to try to go around this, try to get the scout on his opponent, try to figure out what's going on in the main base. But in the SCV's looking a little suspicious here. I don't know if he's going to start to build a bunker or not. He might start to build one and start leapfrogging them forward. But the cybernetics core is down, as well as the first zealot being out here for ShoWTimE. So he's clearly not too scared, as he has started both of his gas geysers here. So he's got both of the gas geysers on the way. He's not too worried about getting up more gateways at this time, because he sees that his opponent just has the 1 barracks out on the field, so he's not too freaked out about that at the moment. If we check out the harvester count is in ShoWTimE's favor, as he's currently up 20 to 15, just been using all of his chrono boost going into the workers. He did get out the mothership core. Now also with that, he's going to be able to get very defensive here. First Reaper is now out on the map, interestingly enough, and I think with that he's going to have to bring this barracks home here pretty soon. He's doing a lot of wandering around with this, trying to make sure that there are just no proxies going down, making sure that there's nothing unusual out there on the field. And it looks like, yeah, once this 1 Marine is going to come out, I'm actually surprised that he's not just going to cancel this and bring it on home. And I'm also surprised that he's not starting to hit that barracks with this mothership core. Also, the first Stalker is now out on the field, going to be able to chase that Reaper away. And what kind of tech will we see going down in the base of ShoWTimE? So far, absolutely nothing. Second Stalker now coming out on the way, and it looks like he's actually just going to be going for his expansion. Whereas Fuzer is actually going to be throwing up a couple more barracks as well as his factory back home. So he's just going to be sticking on 1 base here for a little bit longer. The bunker's going down also so that he can be a little bit more defensive, because of course he's losing his worker production now, and ooh, actually he might actually lose this barracks. I don't think he has enough units to actually defend it. And no, actually with this Reaper going into the main, looks like ShoWTimE gonna just be pulling back to try to defend against this Reaper rather than take out that barracks. Nice little move there by Fuzer, managing to keep that 1 barracks alive. And now with this bunker, he can be a little bit more defensive, but his opponent's going to start to get ahead right now. His opponent's already thrown down his Nexus here, and he doesn't have a Nexus even started yet for Fuzer, and he's actually throwing down more barracks. So it looks like Fuzer is actually going to opt to go all in here and not expand. It looks like he's just going to try to go for a big attack on 1 base and try to either do enough worker damage or try to just get a cancel on this Nexus. I guess not a cancel, as this Nexus is going to be finished up before he's going to have enough units to put any pressure at all on his opponent. As you can see, the tech lab's coming down now, most likely going to be some seeing some stim. Looks like it's going to be some kind of a stim timing coming down here. Barracks down as well. Widow Mines coming out. Not seeing any starport going down quite yet. But man, this is going to bring his barracks up to a total of 4 barracks. So that's a lot of barracks to have on one base there. So Fuzer definitely has to do some damage here. And is that going to be the command center? No, still throwing down the starport right now. So he's completely just going to be opting here to go for that very aggressive stim medevac timing, possibly going for drops. And he does have a couple of Widow Mines out on the field, which he is now moving out across the field with. So ShoWTimE is preparing for everything at this point in time. He's throwing down the robotics facility, 2 observers coming out here. So he's going to be able to get into his opponent's base, see what his opponent's doing, whether his opponent's expanding, and he's going to be able to keep one at home too, also to watch for those Widow Mines. Ooh, nice placement of the Widow Mine here on this high ground here by Fuzer. This basically means that any units that are going to be coming through this choke are going to take a little bit of a hit from that Widow Mine. Second one actually going to be moving up to the other side as well. So no matter which side of the map that ShoWTimE moves through, he's going to probably take some damage from that Widow Mine. If we check out the harvester count right now, we can see that ShoWTimE is currently up 35 harvesters to 29 of Fuzer. And keep in mind that Fuzer is still not throwing down another command center. No other command centers going down at all right now. And so he's just going to be opting to go completely all in here. I can't see him taking an expansion behind 4 barracks, a factory, and a starport, which is now producing a medevac, and there are some units out here already. It looks like with this observer, he's going to be able to get into the main here and see everything that's going on in the main. He's actually going to get here just in time to see that medevac moving out, so ShoWTimE knows that this medevac is coming. In the meantime, the robotics bay has been thrown down here for ShoWTimE, and you can see he's already putting his units into position, putting some stalkers there to the left side of his main base to start to defend there. Also going to be dropping down pylons in the back of the mineral line so that he can start to warp in behind that mineral line in case that drop comes down on that side as well. So now, it's definitely in ShoWTimE's best interest right now to just sit back and defend. He's just going to be sitting back here and defending. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more gateways going down here as well. He's currently sitting on 3 gateways, but like I said, he's being very, very defensive, so I have a feeling he's going to come and just want to sit back here. And, oh, looks like one Marine gonna have to be sacrificed. That one Marine gonna go down, left behind by Fuzer, as he wanted to keep this medevac alive as long as possible. But he is now moving out with a group of Marines here in the base of Fuzer. You can see he's rallying everything towards his opponent. Nothing coming out of that factory, but a whole lot of barracks units coming down. Actually going very, very, very Marine heavy here. Combat shield is on the way. Stim is finished as well. And +1 Terran infantry weapons is on the way as well. And now with these units at the front of his base, he's got a couple of Widow Mines there in position now. He's going to start to harass at the front there. And it looks like I'm going to start to lose some frames there. Apologize for that. But he's trying to bait his opponent into those Widow Mines. Looks like he does manage to get one good Widow Mine hit off there. Manages to pick off the observer, and that is absolutely huge. With that scan going down here, he's going to be in a great position now with these Widow Mines. He's going to need to get out another observer. There's a Colossus on the way right now, but he's got no other detection at the front right now. So ShoWTimE's going to need to get some more detection here at the front. That Widow Mine does move forward, but he doesn't quite pick it off. And actually, whoa, actually that Widow Mine hit absolutely nothing. But oh, not a good force field coming down there. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick off that Colossus. But with that Nexus cannon, he's going to be able to force the rest of those units out. And, oh, a little bit of indecision here. Keep in mind, more and more units are streaming across the field here for Fuzer, and no expansion has gone down yet, so he's completely all in. He wants to win the attack right here, right now. 2 more Vikings actually now coming down on the way here for Fuzer as well, and it looks like he's going to try to get aggressive once again. There's 3 medevacs on the field. That is a lot of medevacs to have out on the field, but he needs to be careful with these stims. These stims are costing him valuable medevac energy right now, and he's going to move forward right now. He's going to try to pick off that sentry. Nice pick off there, but now this Colossus is now out, and the extended thermal lance is about to be done, and it looks like with that extended thermal lance, he's going to be able to hold this off, and that's going to put Fuzer in a terrible spot. Fuzer really can't do anything anymore. There's not a whole lot he can do. Look at this. +1/+1 is done for ShoWTimE. He's starting +2/+2, feeling really, really confident, even looking like he's going to be taking his 3rd here pretty shortly with that Colossi on the field. I mean, there's just nothing Marines can really do against Colossi. He really, really needs higher tech to be able to deal with this kind of an army. More gateways going down here for ShoWTimE as well, and it looks like he's just going to have to pick up everything and get right on out of there. The medevacs do get out of there, but still no command center going down at all for Fuzer, so it looks like Fuzer just going to continue to put on the pressure here, but I don't see this doing a whole lot of damage as ShoWTimE is already up in supply, 100 supply to the 78 of Fuzer, and with these 2 gateways coming up, the +2/+2 coming up, and we're now seeing more and more Colossi just coming in right now. already up to 2 Colossi. This is gonna put ShoWTimE in an absolutely fantastic position. Looking like he's even looking to take his third. Gonna be closing off this rock tower. And yeah, it looks like Fuzer actually just gonna try to take his command center behind this. But has ShoWTimE been mining for too long on this 2 bases? I mean, he's way up in army supply now. He's got his Colossi up, so he's up in tech. His opponent doesn't really have any more tech. He's got some Vikings here, and another drop going down here for Fuzer as he's trying to pick off some workers here, trying to do some damage with this drop, but it's going to be cleaned up, not having done too much damage. If we check out the workers killed count, 8 workers killed so far, but ShoWTimE is still way in the lead, 53 harvesters to 33, and he's been mining on 2 bases this whole time, so he's so far mined a total of a lot more than ShoWTimE has. And now ShoWTimE has the opportunity to be aggressive here because he knows now that he's been on 2 bases. He doesn't know yet that his opponent is taking an expansion yet. But now he's pushing out with these Colossi, and at this point in time, Fuzer just doesn't have much of a response to this. He doesn't have a very high count of Marauders, so he's not going to be able to use that. He doesn't even have bunkers up at the front to be able to deal with this push that's now coming back here from ShoWTimE. So ShoWTimE going to be blinking forward here with these Stalkers. The Colossi going to come poke around the back, going to check in for a third, but little does he know, his opponent actually hasn't even taken his natural yet, just now starting that natural. Now there is a big drop going down here, and it looks like ShoWTimE actually going to be opting to pull all the way back with his entire army here. I don't think he's going to be able to pick this off as another Colossus is now coming down here, going to be forced to forcing Fuzer to get out of there, and yeah, there we go. So, oh, nice little pickup there by ShoWTimE. Beautiful blink in there, and yeah, with that, Fuzer is just gonna have to be forced to GG there. Nice blink in there for ShoWTimE. That was actually a brilliant move. I really, really liked that from ShoWTimE. He moved into the natural expansion with his Zealots and his Colossi, and then once they loaded up, he moved all of his Stalkers down to this area, and then just blunk forward to pick off those 2 medevacs. Brilliant, brilliant play there from ShoWTimE. He's just not gonna have enough at the front to really be able to defend against the pushback from ShoWTimE. Brilliantly played game there, and we are now going to be jumping into game 2 to see if Fuzer can take his revenge, so stick around, guys. Game 2 of Fuzer versus ShoWTimE coming up in just a moment.